Hey everyone, and welcome to another Arty Advent video. I'm wearing my robe today because our furnace stopped working and so the house is really cold. I don't know why everything keeps going wrong during Arty Advent. First my car's sunroof shatters, now the furnace isn't working. I'm like, please, I need to complete Arty Advent, okay? Anyway, I'm going to be doing a tour of this sketchbook. It's super stuffed. It's technically not completed, but I just keep adding papers to it, and so I feel like it's never going to be completed. It's mostly from 2016 and 2017, and a lot of this is art that I did for YouTube videos, and then there's also a good chunk of my book art in here. Not a whole lot, because I actually have a fat stack of art in a drawer that is from my book, Sketches and Finished Art. So not all the sketches I did are in here. Plus I have some other sketchbooks I sometimes sketch in. I'm really bad for jumping back and forth, but my preference is to sketch on loose paper, which is why this gets really stuffed. I also had the Sketchbook Slam sketchbook, which I filled this year, so I'll link to that down below if you want to see that sketchbook tour. It was a big 600-page sketchbook that I filled in a month, and it was torture, and I'm never doing it again. Anyway, let's get started. So the first stuff is older. These are dated 2015, but I just taped them in here. I don't know what was originally on this first page, because normally I only tape in art to the back page, so I don't know what that's about. Okay, let's see if I can squeeze all of this in frame. Kinda, sorta. That's as far out as my camera zooms. You might recognize some of this stuff. What I like about the sketchbook is the pages are perforated, so I tear them out so that I can trace the sketch onto a piece of marker paper, and then I can color it in. So I have colored versions of all of these. So most of the time you will see something sketched directly on the paper and then a taped paper on the back, because I don't draw on the back side because I need to trace these images with my light box. So if there's art on both sides, I won't be able to trace it. This is art you've probably never seen. I don't think I showed the colored version anywhere. It was a project gone wrong, a project I never got paid for. That's a story. I mean, there's not much to say, but a company hired me to do some stuff and then they never paid me, so that was great. These were some ideas for that same project. You probably recognize some of this. That was a Patreon drawing. That was one of my, what's it called, YouTube Artist Collective videos. This was also Patreon stuff back when I did the Patreon. That was my collab with Mark Curley and Jazza. I'm not going to explain everything. I'm just going to kind of flip. Might say a few things because you don't want me to just sit here in silence. That was a collab with Jazza. This is my Mushroom Wonderland. This got taken down from my Redbubble shop because apparently I used the tag Hobbit as one of the tags, and Lord of the Rings got mad and got it taken down, and I was like, oops. I didn't even know I put Hobbit as a tag, so I uploaded that so long ago. I keep wanting to turn my light down so you can see this a bit better. Yeah, we don't want too much glare. Yeah. There's that guy, the Jester. Are we in 2016 yet? I don't know, not all of these are dated. I think we are. Not all of these are in order, too, because I would go in and just randomly paste stuff. Oh, yeah, and some of them I've turned into basically a book. Like, this one page turns into several drawings. That's why this is so stuffed. That was my initial thumbnail for the character. I really liked that, so I decided to tape that in. Some ideas. Oh, my God, the conch. That was some thumbnailing from a book. Yeah, that's some book art. Yeah. This was for a card for my friend for her birthday. The pumpkin kitties. The Melanie Martinez art. Rip. We have two taped in there. And then there's this. Oh, this is another one. This is fun to flip through. It's like lift the flap. What do we find? I think this is Beautiful Nightmare. Yeah, that was the Beautiful Nightmare sketch. That was a big one. I'm kind of sad I don't have the original because that's still one of my faves, but the whole point was to sell it because it was for the YouTube Artist Collective. And then this one was also really big. Whoa. I want to do more big Copic pieces, but they're going to take me a while. This. That's book. Well, actually, is that in the book? This was kind of like stuff I submitted because like the publisher reached out to me, but I still had to provide art that they could pitch to be like, hey, you should work with Baylee J on a book. You know, it's like they reached out to me, but they still needed to officially pitch the idea. So I had to do some art, and that was one of the ones I did. That was the one that turned into that gouache painting that I hated. More book stuff. Art of Baylee J, the book that doesn't exist yet, but it's my dream to someday do that. And yes, more book art. Book art. Book art. So yeah, some of it I did tape in here, but most of my sketches from a book are in the sketchbook. I don't think I ended up using that. I think I ended up going with a guy. Where is he? Is he in here? I don't know. A different thinking guy instead of thinking girl. Wake up. That was for an Adobe stream. More book stuff. That's the thinking guy. That's the thinking guy that I ended up going with. Can you see this all clearly? Should I like prop this up? It's going to be hard because it's so long. Then we have more book stuff. Some of them I taped in were just like the refined ones. Oh, this is kind of both. So a lot of times it was like messy sketch and then I would trace it to be a clean sketch, and then the clean version is what you see in the book. So it's like, that's what it looked like before. Ooh, behind the scenes. Yeah. That's why a lot of things had two sketches, because a lot of the stuff I didn't ink. It stayed pencil in the book. It was just cleaned up pencil. Again, like hand, and then I cleanly traced the hand on another piece of paper. That's how it went for a lot of the items. Boop, 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 boop. Same thing here. More book stuff. Book. This was the really rough. Whoa, did I do these ones 3 times? I don't know. Maybe that's, I don't know. This is my little chibi character that you see throughout the book giving tips and stuff. More book art. It never ends. More. This is not book art. That was for a video. So sometimes I taped art to the original page, but like the original page is gone, and then I taped something else in its place because I just couldn't find the original page. Like, who knows what happened to that page? I tore it out and it ended up somewhere. I have no clue where. And so I would just tape random things into the sketchbook. So there are those. That was the sketch for it. More book stuff. That was my Alice art. Oh, this was a 3 marker challenge from last year. This picture, oh yeah, this one, that was a YouTube artist collective piece. It's kind of neat seeing all of it. This is when I moved things around in Photoshop and printed it back out, but then this was the original sketch. Another big one. Oh, can't even see it because I was off screen. Oh, and then there's kind of stuff under there, me testing inks. See, it's all like flippy and floopy. What is this? Like, it's like an accordion. This was a splash page in the book. It's very similar to the cover because I made the splash page first, and then they're like, we like that. Can you make just like a very tweaked version of it for the color, or for the cover, just move stuff around and make it a girl? Well, first I said move it around, and they're like, can you make it a girl? Like, just change the hair. And I was like, okay. That's why the cover looks so similar to that splash page. That was in the book. Oh, stream video ideas for this week. That's when I did Mr. Bun Bun. Oh. There was that girl. She was an acrylic painting. I think I painted over that painting, didn't I? I painted something else on top of it. That was a book. More of this guy, because this was to show different ways of inking and line weights and stuff. Eyes. Yes. And that girl, book girl. This was some art I did for a video. I think it folds out. Yeah, it's a big one. Or I just like tape 2 pieces of paper together to make it big enough. More book, ink versus pencil, colorful outlines. This was something that never made it into the book. It was like a really cool full page of sketches, but it just didn't really work because the pencil would kind of smudge, and it just, like, it didn't look nice scanned. I even tried cleaning it up, but it still was kind of like, didn't look the best, and we decided to not include it. But I like a lot of these faces. Like, I really like that guy. I like her face. I like this guy. The Dracula guy. I don't know, it's just really neat. So this is something you've never seen, and that never will be seen other than in the sketchbook tour, I guess. Just a bunch of face ideas. Probably would look nicer if I maybe inked it, but then it wouldn't have that sketchy look. And it would lose the effect, but it just wouldn't work well for a printed book like that, I guess. There's this guy. Does this open up? No, I don't think so. It just flips again, taped directly in here. And this was for that balloon girl. She's floating away. Does this fold out? I think I folded it in, but I didn't make it so I could open it up. I think it's just kind of stuck on the other side. Face proportions. This was me planning a character for one of the splash pages, just planning his design and doing a thumbnail of what it would look like. There's a little kitty. It's a guy in space. More face stuff. Oh, this is it. The guy in space with kitty before it was colored. Merm. I use that for the color theory section, and this was a page about values. Yeah. More things. Oh yeah, these are all flaps too. Haha. Thumbnails, and these are just different pieces of the face that I did separately, and so it all folds out. So weird. It's the weirdest sketchbook. Yeah, those ones don't lift. More book stuff. More face stuff. Book. I didn't actually use that drawing though. I used that picture of a vest without the body. Noses. A lot of these drawings too, I would like draw a piece, then scan it, then draw another piece, scan it, draw another piece, scan it. So it's a lot of work. Skin, blend to white. Just planning steps for the book. There's a lot of book art in here. There's a lot that's not in here, but like a lot that is. Book art. Book art. Spoilers about the book art. Oh, this was printed. Why was I extending her legs? Oh, because I was like using that same pose for a different character, I think. I don't know if that one's actually in the book. I don't think it is. That was, again, one of the pieces of art I did as like test art to show my skills and that they used to pitch the book idea. I think there's only the one of the pieces that made it in officially. Hi, this is future Baylee editing the video. I just wanted to pop in and say that I did include that art in the book. I used the outlines from it in one of the splash pages, just kind of snuck it in there. But her main use was that I used her pose for something else in the book to show like a do and don't of posing a character. Anyway, this was planning for that one drawing that we saw earlier. Like I said, they're all out of order. So this is when I drew it, but then I went back and taped the final image in earlier in the book. Some Bambi sketches for a picture I did for Secret Santa thing last year. Blossoms, beads, braids. Yeah, okay. I think this is for Moana's thingy that she wears. Oh yeah, because there's the thumbnail for my Moana drawing. And there's the line art. There is some line art stuff in here. It's not all just sketches. Oh, this was just prevent the pencil from transferring onto the inks. Because this was the sketch. Look at those tats. Look at those tats. I drew them and inked them. That was a lot. Okay, yeah, this flips over. That was a book thing. That was a book thing. Oh yeah, this was my Beauty and the Beast drawing. Book stuff, book stuff, thumbnails. This was for YouTube Artist Collective. So was that. Book stuff, book stuff. Book spoilers is more like it. Oh my, that was Sharpie Challenge. Kind of like all the colors on there. There's a final drawing. That's odd for me to have a fully colored thing in here. I think it's because it's not nice enough that I'd want to put it in my little book where I keep all my colored drawings, and so I think I just taped it in here. You're not worthy of a slot in my flip through thingy. I just have limited space in there, so yeah. This is me, well, that was random. That was me doing BJB, because like I knew once I was married my initials would be BJB, and so you can make a little butterfly out of it. That's the meaning behind that. These were just random ink blobs from when I was refilling Copic marker, and I just traced around it and did weird things. This was planning for my Link drawing, my big finger painting that I did. That was the ballpoint pen challenge. Weird that there's nothing on this side. I could tape something onto that side. That was my plasticine art. That was the Diamond Girl. I don't think there's a video for that. I think that was exclusive to the live streams. Then another ballpoint pen challenge thingy. That's some book art. That's actually the last piece of art I made for the book, even after the cover, because we were rearranging the pages and I just needed to fill some space, and so I drew that. So, yeah. Jellyfish thingy. That was YouTube Artist Collective. My little bunny by the tree. Jellyfish colors, like colors for this one. Planning them out. Here is my poppy sketch. Unfolds. I like that art. This is a coloring page for my coloring book. I started working on it earlier in the year, and then I have just since neglected it because I was getting busy with wedding planning. Then I started the Sketchbook Slam, and it all just went downhill from there. And now I'm doing Arty Advent. So next year I will resume working on my coloring book. Lilo. Something could be taped here. Look, it's blank. The possibilities are endless. Actually, we're going to get to some blank pages. I didn't actually finish this book. But there's still a lot of art in here. More than a sketchbook's worth. So I figured why not do a flip through. Plus it's end of the year. So it's kind of like, here's what I did up to 2017. Yeah. Lilo. This lady. Dat. Oh, blank. Ew, what is this? Oh, it looks like a bug. I can see the middle of his body. I can see the stripes too. Gross. A bug got smooshed. Oh, this is me planning my Canadian drawing for Canada Day. Oh, this is a loose piece. Oh, this is me planning for the Grimm's Fairy Tale YouTube Artist Collective thing. That was one of the last things I did, I think. Chisel Nib Challenge script. You saw this recently during Arty Advent. I have not done much in here recently. I mean, part of that is Sketchbook Slam. Part of it is just, I don't know, everything's on loose paper. That was just from the other day. That was actually planning for the screen tone live stream. And I didn't use those ideas. I went with that one. Haha. So that should probably be the last thing in the pages. There still are some left, but not a whole lot. It'll probably last me a while though, considering how much I squeeze into this book. So that was the art I just did for the screen tone live stream. Huzzah, that was the final thing. And then, yeah, some of this is recent. We'll get to some older stuff, I think, as we go through the stack. There's a little hefty stack here. Yeah, and like I said, this is not all the art I've done through this time period, but it's just what's in here. So why not? You know, why not? Oh yeah, with this, the sketch you saw earlier, you can only see half of the border drawn. I just flipped it in Photoshop so that I have a sketch, and then when I'm inking all of it. But for this sketch, I just copy pasted. So that one's not done. That was a little pirate girl I did during the live streams. I don't know if her colored version's in here. Don't know where that went. Canada Day thing. That was for National Pink Day, which is weird because I sketched it in purple. This was the original Adopt Don't Shop thing. I've fixed things in Photoshop and I've tweaked it, but it got dirty. There's crud all over it. The Shopping Witch lady. That was the hair. Remember how I mentioned I just tweaked the one splash page to be the cover? That was the hair and the lashes that I added. Oh, and the lower lip. Those are the tweaks I made. This was for one of my color videos. That was the April Fool's video where I was pretending to be Jellyby. This was one of my pattern making videos. That was one of my Skillshare videos. This is for the coloring book. That's just the border for this one. So I'm going to shrink this down to fit within this border. So those are one and the same. It's so cute. I just love it. I like that. And that is another coloring page. You saw that recently. Vampire Girl. The Snow White and Rose Red art. That one from a recent live stream. This you haven't seen. This is for our wedding thank you cards, which we have not done yet, but this is a little sketch we want to go on them. Hopefully this is still in focus. I probably should have readjusted the focus as I went along because this book is slowly getting deeper and deeper. Okay, I adjusted it. I don't know if it made a difference. There was that sketch. That one. Oh, this was also for that SPCA live stream. The Flying Kitties. The final art for that was sent off to someone who won the stream giveaway. But it roughly looked like this before being colored. Witch lady flying in the sky with all her kitties. And that was from my eating show video. Let's pretend that video doesn't exist. That again. That was this original sketch for... No, this is a printout. This is a printout of the sketch. Why did I do that? Maybe I tweaked something. I must have tweaked something and then printed this out and then I inked over this one. That was the original sketch for that coloring page. No, again, a printout, not original sketch, but I printed it out and then I fixed her face. So there's pencil on the printout. This is again a printout. What did I change though? I'm confused. Why do I have a printout of this one? Because I didn't copy and paste the sides. That's why it's so asymmetrical. I don't know what I did. And what is this? Oh, that was for the little Cinderella mice art. This was for that Rapunzel glitter art. Because I actually sketched this one digitally and then I printed it out and did the rest traditionally. It's pretty rare for me to start with a digital sketch, but I don't know, I just felt like it for that one. Oh, there was that art of the mice. And, oh, this was the puzzle for that Shrinky Dinks video. I can see the trace marks of the puzzle pieces on the back. But yeah, so I guess that's everything I had here in this sketchbook. Wait, did I flip everything backwards? Oh, I did. Okay, well, some things. Uh-oh. I was not consistent. So that's everything I have in this sketchbook. It's not completed, but I thought it was a good time to do a tour because it's the end of the year. So that's a good chunk of my art, like at least the unfinished versions, like the non-colored versions. So yeah, hope you found that interesting. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for another day of Arty Advent.